What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another granularity analytics tutorial. I know I've been missing in action for about, I think, going on 2 weeks now. Had some issues that arose. I tore a ligament in my leg recently. So I had to go to the doctor for that. I had to be in kind of recovery and see doctor appointments and stuff like that. So I was kind of out of the mix for a minute. But one thing that I also had to do was learn about MCP, or Model Context Protocol. I had to learn why it's important, why I should care about this thing, about this new concept, this new topic, why it could be useful in AI development. So I had to kind of do my own research, had to kind of do my own learning for a while, and also recover. Plus, work has been kind of busy. Um, so yeah, just things that are out of my control has been happening. And when things are out of your control, you might as well control what you can. And that is, I can control giving high level content to you guys so that you guys can know what is going on out here in the AI landscape. Today, we're going to talk about MCP, Model Context Protocol. We are going to run down why it's important, why you should care, as well as maybe do two little small projects and see if we can kind of put this into perspective in a more useful way. There's so many different creators out there that are doing content on MCP. But personally, I didn't think it was that useful. I couldn't really get it. I couldn't really understand why I should care, other than it makes, I guess it does make things easier. I didn't know all the different servers that were out there, so I had to kind of do my own research into that as well. Um, and honestly, I got pretty curious. So there's two things that we're going to do in this tutorial. And number one, or let me just say, there's three things. We're going to split up into three parts. Number one, we are going to talk about why Model Context Protocol is important. Number two, we're going to do one small project on how you can create your own MCP server. That's number one. I believe there's an example on the Claude from Anthropic documentation of how to create your own MCP and then use it with the Claude desktop to then kind of use it for whatever kind of actions you want to do. And I think it's gonna be a weather API or a weather MCP. The next one that we're gonna do is where you can use Stripe or Stripe, your desktop, your downloads, kind of search through stuff, have the Claude desktop be able to search through or fetch different information for you from the web, stuff like that. I've seen where right now I don't think OpenAI desktop has the ability to use MCP, although I'm not too sure. Let me look into that real quick. Hold on a sec. So just did my own little bit of research, and it says this is using Perplexity AI, by the way. Yes, you can use MCP with ChatGPT from OpenAI. OpenAI has added MCP support to its Agents SDK, allowing developers to connect ChatGPT to external systems and tools using MCP. Over the coming months, OpenAI is rolling out MCP integration to the ChatGPT desktop app and the Responses API, enabling broader and easier connectivity for both developers and end users. Currently, MCP can be used with OpenAI Agents SDK, and soon it will be natively supported in the ChatGPT desktop client and API, making it possible to leverage MCP's standardized tool and data access features directly with ChatGPT. So, you can use MCP with agents. I think that's pretty widely known. But today, we want to focus on just using it on our desktop application with Claude. It doesn't seem, based on what I've read just now, it doesn't seem like you can use it with ChatGPT desktop just yet, but it seems like it might be rolling out in the next few months. Who knows? We'll keep our ears and eyes open. But let's move on to then describing why model context protocol is important. Before we do that, though, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like, make sure to dislike if you want. All I ask is that you leave comments, leave feedback, leave suggestions. Would love to hear what you guys think. Also, give me some ideas on different guests that you think I should bring on to talk about AI topics and AI development. I would love to kind of reach out to individuals and get maybe an MCP expert. I think that might be my next thing to reach out to someone about and see if they can kind of help us do some tutorials and some insights. But anyways, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. What makes model context protocol important? So, standardized integration. MCP provides a universal way for AI models to connect with any data source or tool, and eliminating the need for custom integrations. I will say, now getting used to MCP, I am sold on it. I will be honest. I am completely sold on it. I do enjoy using it. It makes life 10 times easier where you can kind of just find the server directory, the server link, and add it to your config file in Claude, which we'll go through. And you're kind of able to connect to different tools easy. For some, you need an API key, for some, you don't, but it's super, super, super easy to connect. And I enjoy it. I will be honest. I'm not mad about it at all. And then there's real-time context access. It enables AI to access up-to-date, relevant information beyond its training data, improving accuracy and usefulness. If you are using web-based web search tools, for example, I don't know if there's a DuckDuckGo MCP. I know there's a Brave Search MCP. I don't know if there's a Serper MCP. But example for that is like if you need to access information that might be outside of ChatGPT's or Claude's knowledge base or corpus of information, web search MCPs can be extremely useful to you. Scalability. MCP solves the M times N integration problem. Curious what that is. I never heard of that before. Making it easy to connect with many models with many tools efficiently. I did get this. I did jot this information down from, I think, Perplexity as well. Could have been ChatGPT, just to kind of give an idea on what makes MCP important in the first place. Security and access control. The protocol includes built-in authentication and permissioning, ensuring safe and compliant data access. Ecosystem growth. As an open standard, MCP fosters interoperability and rapid innovation across AI applications and services. I will say that if you are able to become familiar with MCP, this is kind of the next best thing when it comes to future AI development. I've been told this is going to become the standard, I guess, sometime soon. So it's kind of about time to really get used to it and lock in when it comes to this. Now, there is a few key pieces of information that we're going to look at. Number one, we have the MCP documentation from Anthropic. Or not, I think this is not from Anthropic, but I believe it is on Anthropic's documentation page. I could be wrong if it's exactly from Anthropic. I'm not sure. But there is different, like getting started for server developers, client developers, Claude desktop developers. We're more so going to be focused on Claude desktop developers. But we're going to try this quick tutorial here with using this weather MCP we're going to set up. Now, I'm not going to run through the whole thing. It'll take a while to code. I don't want to waste your time. You can copy and paste this. I kind of already have it coded up myself. But what I'm mainly going to show you is once you have it coded up, once you copy and paste this in preferably VS Code, do it in VS Code. Do not do it in Jupyter. Use VS Code for this. Once you have it developed in VS Code, and you follow the steps here of using PowerShell, UV, setting up the directory, stuff like that, so forth and so on. This is the part here that we are going to focus on. I have a Windows. And we want to use that to then add to our MCP or to our Claude MCP config file. So this code here, if I could just bring it down a little bit, this code here, where you already see that I kind of have different MCPs already developed, Claude, Figma. I forgot what this one was. I don't know what this one. I guess I didn't use it. MCP demo. What do I use this one for? Oh, this is just a demo that I made. Okay. So yeah, I did a Figma one. I did what was the Claude MCP one? Scraping tool. I think I did this one too. Can't remember. But adding these to my Claude desktop helped with a lot of things when it comes to, again, scraping or web search or stuff of that nature. I think I also, one thing that I will show you guys is adding Stripe to your Claude desktop MCP. If you have a business and you need help in development, Claude desktop can be your own literal assistant when it comes to creating Stripe items for your account. If you run a business, it can be huge for you. But we're going to run through this first. Then we are going to run through using Stripe, Fetch, and other tools for our MCP tooling. So running through the weather piece, right? You do, again, add the code here in VS Code, create a project, add it here. You want to make sure that when you are using this, installing the MCP.server fast MCP package into this, make sure you save it. We're just going to kind of run through it real quick. Boom. Now, the thing is, though, once you have copy and pasted all that from the Claude documentation, right, you're going to want to launch it using this to launch it by running UV directory, blah, blah, blah. I don't think you necessarily have to do this. Well, yeah, I guess you do have to do this, but you don't have to do it in the terminal here in VS Code. Instead, preferably, you should do it in your MCP config file that you're going to create in Claude. So, for example, we are going to bring up our Claude desktop real quick. So once we have our Claude desktop running, we are going to want to switch this to developer tools versus kind of just using it regular. But I think right here, it doesn't have where we have the MCP option. Instead, we want to go to, on the top left, you'll see the settings option. Let me see here. If I can bring it. Top right, you'll see the settings option. You want to go to File, go to Settings. You want to choose the developer option, boom, and hit Edit Config, boom. Once you have that, double click, hit Open, and you want to copy and paste let's close this real quick. You will want to copy and paste this code here, this statement here that you see from the MCP that we developed in VS Code. Again, save it, make sure it runs and everything. But you will want to copy this piece, and add it to the developer section here. Edit config, desktop config. We have it here. That's not what I wanted. No, go back. There you go. I don't know why I did that. This agent tool gets in the way so much. How do I just remove it? There you go. This Copilot gets in the way. Anyways, once you have it here, you want to take the weather path that you have and place it here. You don't need to have the .py. You can remove that. But mainly you just want... yeah, this is why. Mainly you just want the weather part here. I think you should be good to go after that. Hopefully... Why is it still giving an error? Directory. Let's give it a try. I'm not sure why this line has an error on it. MC projects. Save all. Save. MCP weather. Let me see. Okay, I know why. Let's go back to VS Code real quick. Get rid of this. One thing you do want to add, this is true, is the double slash. Don't forget that. Why? Yeah, okay. Cool. Now you can save it, and now you should be all good to go. Make sure you do the double save. Once you have it installed in the Claude desktop config, what should happen is you should be able to close it real quick. If you don't see it, I would go to your task manager. Or if you closed it and you still don't see it in your as like an option in your MCP kind of developer tools, I would go to your task manager and just close it completely, and then go back and launch Claude again. And sometimes it does take a while. But once you have it open, you should be able to navigate back to this search and tools piece. Again, after you've added the MCP file. If you go here and go to settings again, you'll see weather is there. Let me kind of minimize this for you guys. If you go here, you access settings, and you see weather here, that means the MCP tool has been added and it's running. Like I said, you want to use VS Code. First, you want to add the code from the model context page to your create a project, create a folder, whatever it's called. Add this project to your as a file, as a .py file. Once you have it added, once everything is good, you make sure you run it. Once you see that everything's working, your service completed, run uv run weather.py to confirm everything's working. You then copy and paste this, you add it to your config file, which you can again hit here and it'll take you straight to the config file. Once you have it added there, you save, you do a double save. If needed, If you open it again, if you close it and then open it again and you still don't see it there, my advice is to go to your task manager and just shut it down completely, end the task, and then open it back up and see if it shows up. And most likely, 9 times out of 10, it will be there. So now that we know that it's there and it's running, we can then say, oh, okay, I want to use the weather tool I just installed and I want to get the forecast for, let's say, Miami, Florida. I want to know the current weather for, or I want to know the forecast for, let's do Houston, Texas for the next 3 days. What should happen, theoretically, right? This is our first time doing it. What should happen is it should navigate to automatically using, it should check what tools it has available in its options and say, oh, okay, I have this weather tool. I should use this tool to find the forecast for Houston, Texas for the next few days and use that as my my tool to find the weather. So let's give it a try. Let me minimize this. There you go. I want to know the forecast. Allow once. I want to know the forecast for Houston, Texas for the next 3 days. I'd be happy to help, blah, 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 blah. To get forecast, I'll need the latitude and longitude for Houston, Texas. Houston located approximately 29 north, 95 west. So as you can see, it's already using the get forecast tool that we established with our MCP. And it looks like it already got the forecast for the next 3 days, it looks like. So here's the 3-day weather forecast for Houston, Texas. Today, 69 degrees. Thursday, 86 degrees. Thursday night, 67. Friday, high 81. Friday night, low 64. That's one way you can use the MCP tool to get the information that you want. I am using 3.7 Sonnet, by the way, if curious. Now, the next part, I think, is the most interesting and fun. Like I said, if you are enjoying what you're seeing, if this is insightful, if this is providing you value, please make sure you are smashing that subscribe button. Make sure you are hitting the likes. Make sure you are leaving suggestions and comments so that I can know what you like, what you dislike, and what we could have done better. Anyways, let's jump to it. So let's jump in to see what other MCP servers we can add. So we want to add a Stripe MCP, a Chronulus MCP, which we won't be using too much now, I guess, because it's kind of difficult to figure out when or how to use Chronulus for what use case. So not too much of that. We might use the file system MCP, but we most definitely will be using the Fetch MCP. So Fetch in Stripe will be highly useful. If you are a business owner, an entrepreneur, stuff of that nature, the Stripe MCP will be extremely useful for you. We are simply going to use Stripe to kind of create a simple coupon. That'll be it, just to give you guys a simple use case. And then you guys can run off and take it for other ideas that you want to kind of look into. There is a Stripe repo that I highly recommend you checking out and taking a look at. In order to use it sufficiently, you are going to want to run this npx command in your git bash, whatever it is, in Visual Studio Code preferably, so that you can run it and have ease of use with it. Just a heads up. So once you have reopened the Claude desktop config file, you are going to want to make sure you open the terminal, new terminal. You are going to want to use git bash for this. And you are going to want to copy this command into here. Now, again, you are going to want to use your secret key for this. You can go to Stripe, set it up yourself. I might include documentation for this when it comes to the setup. just to give you a heads up. But yeah, so you're gonna want to set it up yourself and whatnot, so that you can be aware of, just so that you can have it running. Now, once you have it running, you're going to see something simple like this: Stripe MCP server running on Studio. That is a good sign. After that, you're going to want to make sure you save as much as you can, double save just in case, and then you can exit out of this. Now, we should be able to relaunch our Claude desktop real quick. Don't mind that. And we should be able to go to settings. Hopefully it's all good. Go to developer. Oh, let me see. Let me relaunch it real quick. Maybe it hasn't found the file yet. Let's close it. And then go to our task manager. There it is. End the task. Let me see. Okay, it looks like it did end it, which is good. Okay, cool. Now we're going to want to relaunch it. Again, let me minimize this. Go to settings. And you'll see now that we have the Stripe, Cronulus, file system, and fetch MCPs in place. We can go back. And we want, let's just say, please find me information on, let's say, what's a recent event? Please perform a quick web search on the recent Super Bowl halftime performance. Now, what it should default to is using our fetch MCP. Give it some time to think. Pondering, stand by. And as you can see, it then begins by using fetch. Going to search the NFL.com Super Bowl halftime show. Allow. Cool. There we go. Based on my search, I can provide with information about the upcoming Super Bowl halftime. Kendrick Lamar is set to headline the Apple Music Super Bowl, blah, 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 which happened February 9th. Lamar is a 17 Grammy Award winner. It's the first non-classical, non-jazz that you won the Pulitzer Prize. Cool. So it does bring back information on the recent Super Bowl and the headlining event for the halftime show. That's good. That's great information. Now, and it did also use our fetch MCP that we provided. Now, let's say I want to create a Stripe. I want to create a coupon for my Stripe account. Again, what should happen is it navigates by default to then using the Stripe MCP we put together. Whoever my name is coupon, So then we'll say, again, the name should be granularity free AI coupon. Let's call it that. We want it should be a fixed amount coupon of $30 off. And the coupon should be valid forever. Let's say that. Now, what it should do is, versus me doing the heavy lifting of creating the coupon itself, we're going to allow Claude to do all the work for us, name granularity free coupon, amount of $300, current USD, duration forever. We do want to change this amount. Let's see. Let's do allow it, and then we could change it over time. Did I say? I said $10, right? Oh, $30. Whoops. I guess it took it as. Oh, okay, there it is. Great. I says he created a coupon with Stripe account, granted free AI coupon, fixed amount, $30 off, duration valid forever, coupon ID, da 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 da. Your customers can now use this coupon code, blah blah blah, to check out and receive a discount. This coupon remain valid indefinitely until you decide to deactivate in your Stripe dashboard. Cool. Now, the cool part is going to see whether this actually has been added to my Stripe account. So we are going to give my Stripe account a quick refresh. And what should happen is I should have two results. Beautiful. Granularity free AI coupon, $30 off forever. So as you can see, if you're a business owner, Stripe MCP can be extremely useful for you. And it does not take a lot of coding. It does not take very minimal coding, I guess. The only thing you might need to do is get an MCP server, I guess, directory, link, whatever it's called, get an API key, run the npx command in your terminal, and then you can use Stripe with Claude Desktop any day of the week to generate these products for you. If you found this interesting, if you found this helpful, please make sure you like and subscribe. Please make sure you provide information on what you want to see next. Maybe I might include an MCP expert sometime soon to kind of give us some ideas on other ways we can use MCPs and other MCPs that are out there. And with that being said, bye-bye.